I, 24F, found out that my dad is not my dad a few months ago and I still feel like I hate my mom, 70F, for hiding the truth from me for years. My, 24F, older siblings never loved me, and neither did our parents, 70F, 74M, I was a mistake and they always let me know. Just a few days after I was born my parents got divorced and to this day my siblings, 40M, 38M, 36F, blame me for that. As a kid I always felt left out and even heard many times how my older brother used to say how much he hated that kid, me, for ruining what he thought was a perfect life. I grew up seeing how my sister was daddy's girl while I wasn't worthy to go to his house on weekends because he was really old to deal with a kid, but he wasn't old to take all my siblings to different places every weekend. During the weekends my mom used to leave the house to go to her friend's house and I always stayed at home with a nanny. It was as if I was always taking up too much space or time, nobody wanted me anywhere. But I learned to live with that. I learned that I would never hear any of them tell me how much they loved me. Well, being honest, the only one who ever told me that loved me was my mother, and it was only once and I don't even know if she really meant it. When I got pregnant with my first baby, she's 9 months now, they changed a bit and for a while we had a normal relationship. It wasn't a good relationship but at least we had one. But after having my daughter I quickly got pregnant again and they got mad because my brother and his wife took years to conceive and they thought I was just bragging about how fertile I was. I had a fight with my older brother about it and then he brainwashed my other 2 siblings, and they made it clear that they hate me as much as the first day. They didn't hesitate to let me know that they still think that I'm the worst thing that happened to our family and that they wish I had never been born. This was a few months ago and they said so many horrible things to me that I ended up in the hospital. I was 6 months pregnant at the time, I am now in my 8th month, and the only one who cared was my mom. She apologized for not being a good mother and asked me to give my siblings and my dad another chance. But I didn't want to do that. I'm tired of always being the one who gives to receive nothing in return, so our relationship since then is non-existent, if it ever existed. The point is that my mom got sick, she has nothing serious, and she told me that she was thinking and that she wants me to keep the house if something bad happens to her, as a reward for all the years that she was not a good mom. She called her lawyer to talk about it and apparently the lawyer told my siblings, I don't know, I just know that my 2 older brothers showed up at my house and they were furious. They said that this house belonged to our mom but that their father bought it, and that confused me but I didn't say anything, but then everything was clear. My older brother told me what I suspected so much. He told me that I don't deserve that house because my father didn't put a penny to buy it, that my father is a bastard like me. My mom cheated on my dad with his best friend, 68M, and I'm his, but my real dad never knew. Our dad decided to recognize me as his just to keep a good reputation and his ego intact, I guess, so all these years I lived a lie. That happened a few months ago and at that time I contacted my real father, we did a paternity test and I'm his, and honestly finding him was a blessing. He is sweet and kind and his children, my brothers, 50M, 45M, 38M, are really sweet people too. They love me, my daughter and my husband for some reason, and for the first time in my life I am happy. But at the same time I can't help but feel sad because I would have wanted to live this life much sooner, and my mother lied to me to save her reputation. She let my brothers use me as a punching bag for fear of what people would say if they found out she was a cheater, and I don't know if I can forgive that. We were having such a nice relationship lately that I'm afraid that my resentment will ruin everything. I'm going to therapy but it's like no matter how hard I try, the hate I feel for her for hiding the truth from me for years doesn't go away. How can I make this feeling go away or at least not be so intense?